I mean, I love HP. I love everything he's ever written, honestly, and that's pretty hard because you read a lot of in this business you read tons and tons and tons of bad scripts, but it's I think it's like our relationship as me being the writer and him being the director, because him and I have a lot of different relationships. I've shot for him when he's directing, and we can interchange the relationships. But in this particular relationship, I mean, it's like anything else. He'll, did he tell you the story of how this movie came about? I'm sure he did, but
no, we actually didn't talk about the evolution of it, other than you guys hadn't been together in a while. And kind of floated back together.
Right. I think we'll probably always do that. We'll probably always kind of do this, but I mean, the way the movie came about was that him and I are great friends beyond filmmakers, and we're friends first. So we hang out all the time, and we were hanging out. Him and I obviously, we talk about our personal lives and everything. And, amidst all this talk, I was telling him, I was like, I really like to make a movie about sex. I just kind of blurted it out one day. He's like, I got a great idea. You wanna take a look at it? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna go write it. So he goes off, and I forgot how long it took him to write the first draft, but by the time he finished it, I was in New York. We had already separated because I was in New York and he's in LA because we travel so much. And then he sent me the script, and I was like, I love this script. I mean, I was like, this is better than I could have possibly imagined. So, in that sense, and then the story goes where I thought, well, he had written it to be made for exactly the way it is made now, except in New York. But I thought, this is so good. I should it's so much better than the scripts that my agents get me and stuff. I thought I should send this to my agents, send this to producers, try to get this made. So, cut to 6 months later, everyone passed on it. And then I ended up working on Snowflower, which took me away for a whole year. And then when I came back from Snowflower, I had a 2-month hiatus between starting another movie with Wayne at the time. And so I was like, I've got this script. Let's make it. Well, actually, the producer, Teresa, was like, hey, remember that script? Let's just do it in these 2 months. And we made it. But if I didn't have that script, we probably wouldn't have made anything, because we don't just make anything. I mean, we make sure that it's something worth making, for sure. Oh, it's uncomfortable. I think there's no denying that no matter what you're gonna do, it's gonna be uncomfortable. I think it's uncomfortable on all sets. I think as a director, all you can do is try to set it up to be as the least uncomfortable as possible. And casting Lynn and Parry, who were friends before this, and they're professionals and they're very prepared. Such a big part of a movie is casting, and so you cast people who are going to work and work together well and have chemistry, and and part of casting then was that I knew that they would contribute to the everyone's goal here is to get this to be as good as possible. So it's not only my job to make it as comfortable as possible; it's their job too. So I think they tell a story where they, part of our very short schedule meant that we had half of a day to rehearse the movie, which is actually a lot of movies don't rehearse at all. But it's cool because Lynn and Parry were able to come in a day early, and we had half a day. We took them to lunch, we talked about it, and then we rehearsed a few scenes. And then it was the first scene, well, we should rehearse, doing all the kiss scene and the sex scene and all this stuff, just to get it out there, just to try to get it, just desensitize ourselves to the whole thing. And and then Lynn, and then Parry and Lynn, they were they're kind of nervous, and we're all nervous, and I'm just trying to think about how to get as a director, it's gonna be nerve-wracking for everybody, but we just need to desensitize ourselves. We need to just jump in the deep end of the pool. And then I think Lynn just grabs him and kisses him, and is there, we've done it. Let's go. And that kind of broke the ice. And and now shooting those scenes were, I would say, still pretty uncomfortable, but there's no way around that. I think it was as not uncomfortable as it could have been. I mean, between people naked on a bed with a camera and a crew looking at them. But I mean, they came in prepared, and they're professionals, and we're all professional, and we just got through it.